Comment at the top tonight, renovations of the historic Rio Hondo lift bridge are halfway done, but some business owners worry they might not survive that project.
Well, Channel 5's Daisy Martinez spoke to business owners around town about some of the changes they're having to make. She's now live from Rio Hondo. Daisy.
TxDOT spokesman Octavio Sáenz couldn't tell us when construction on the bridge will be complete. He did tell us things are moving along as scheduled. For some locally owned businesses, having to wait for construction to be completed for much longer could mean the end for them. Boarded up windows and closed businesses line the main street in Rio Hondo. One pizza business is taking steps to stay afloat. Petra Lozoya's worked at Pizza Express 11 years. She says her work schedule has gone from 45 hours to just 25 hours a week.
Me quita muchas horas y no es lo mismo porque pues uno tiene que pagar los pagos y pues la señora también ya está a punto de vender porque no tiene suficiente entrada de dinero.
Lozoya says she's now cooking for parties at home to make up the extra income. Jerry Hartzog, owner of Mike's Supermarket, is having to cut back his employees' hours too. Hartzog says it's a tough decision, but something that must be done to survive the slow days.
It's very difficult because you're dealing with other people's lives along with yourself, and you have to cut hours because you can't afford to. I mean, there's not enough profit to cover it, and we're going to be looking at cutting hours again in the next 3 weeks.
Hartzog is also a city commissioner. He says the city cannot control the timeline of construction. Hartzog hopes local businesses can hang on.
Progress is progress. The bridge had to be repaired, okay? When the bridge is operating, it's very beneficial to the city of Rio Hondo. So we just got to go through the pains and suffer what happens, and the suffer is loss of income to everybody involved, the businesses and the employees, both, you know.
TxDOT spokesman Octavio Sáenz says there's been a 2-year timeline allotted for completion of this project. He doesn't think it will actually take that long to finish since the project is already halfway done. Rio Hondo City Manager Ben Medina says the target date is around October, about 1 year's worth of construction. Carlos Garza of Broken Well Liquor Store says the Winter Texans helped keep his business afloat the past few months.
We're kind of limited here in Rio Hondo because the population is small, and there's a lot of open country here, and really our best traffic is when the bridge is open, but we're fighting that issue right now.
With them gone now, he's hoping sales won't plummet before the bridge is back up and running. Some of the folks we spoke to tell me that residents who live on the other side of the bridge have to take an alternate route that takes them at least 15 minutes to get here to town. The owner at Mike's Supermarket was telling me he hasn't seen some of his regular customers for almost 6 months. Live from Rio Hondo, Daisy Martinez, Channel 5 News at 6.
And according to TxDOT, who maintains the lift bridge, this is the first time in its existence that it's had a complete renovation. This is a Channel 5 News Extra. In 1950, construction starts to build the lift bridge. In 1953, the bridge opens, and up until construction began on this project, it's the only lift bridge in Texas that's still operational. Then in 2001, the bridge went through a partial rehabilitation that forced a 1-lane closure. On September 26, 2016, the bridge is completely closed to through traffic for the first time ever, and September of this year, 2017, will mark 1 year of construction.